Most traders blow their account not because of their strategy, but because of the amount they risk on their trades. Here at the Limitless Trading Club, we only risk 1% on all trades we place. In this video, I'm going to show you why I stopped risking 5%, why 2% still wasn't working for me, and why 1% changed my trading, not only on my own funds, but on funded accounts I've got. So when I first started out in my trading journey, I would risk 5% on all trades I placed because I thought this would make me richer faster. After being burnt by multiple losses in a row, 4 or 5 trades, I watched big chunks of my trading account disappear. This made me emotional towards my trading and also when I pressed that buy or sell button. Once I'd found the correct mentor for me, we planned to drop my risk from 5% down to 2%. This was still a little bit too aggressive for my style of trading. Once I dropped it down to 1% on all trades I placed, this changed my trading. I was no longer emotional towards trades I placed. This gave me a consistent curve in profit instead of big spikes up and big spikes down. So let me break it down to you why 1% works so well. And we're going to start with personal trading capital. So with your personal capital, the first thing I want to talk about is your emotions towards the amount of risk you are putting on each trade to the amount of emotions you have towards that risk. So if you risk anything other than 1% on any trade you place, you're going to be more emotionally attached to that trade. For instance, let's say you place 4 trades at 5% each. That means if you lose 4 trades in a row, you're then going to lose 20% in total of your account. That's a big chunk of money. If you've got a £100,000 trading account, which is personal, I have, and you lose 4 trades in a row, you're going to lose £20,000. If you say that to any normal person or any other trader that you've lost 20%, they're going to go bananas. Compared to if you risk 1% on all trades you place, and we place 4 trades, we lose the 4 trades, we've only lost 4% of that, giving us a total of 4% lost on £100,000. I mean, we've only lost £4,000 out of 100,000. So you've still got 96,000 in your trading account. You're telling me you're going to have the same emotions towards losing 20% or 20,000 compared to losing 4% or 4,000 out of your total 100k. Well, you might be now sitting there thinking, well, Jack, if I risk less, it means I'm going to make less. That's why you need to go and watch another video I've already made inside the Limitless Trading Club, and that's all about your risk to reward ratio on the trades you're placing. So your edge is not in your strategy, but being able to stay in the game long term. 1% allows you to stay in the game long enough to learn and improve on the trades that you lose. So what we've just spoken about is on your own personal capital, where it doesn't matter if you do lose big amounts because it's only your funds and you just have to deal with that emotionally. Where it really matters is in funded accounts and funded challenges you're trying to pass. Here's why 1% or less is critical with funded accounts or challenges you're trying to pass. So for everyone that knows a funded account or challenge, you have a daily limit and an overall limit that you cannot exceed on that account. Otherwise, the account will be taken from you. And the daily limit is normally 5%, and the overall limit is anywhere between 8 and 10% depending on the firm you've gone with and the account that you've purchased. So if you risk 5% on your trades or the trades that you place, you've only got to lose 1 trade to blow your account on the daily limit. Where on the other hand, if you only risk 2, 3 or 4% on your trades, you will exceed the overall limit of that account quite quickly if you have a losing streak of 3 or 4 bad trades. With me, I'm about a 30 to 40% profitable or strike rate trader, meaning if I place 10 trades, my strategy is probably going to lose 5 to 6 of them trades, but with risk to reward ratio, it makes me a profitable trader. So if I risked bigger amounts on each trade I placed, I would lose most of my funded accounts instantly. So with 1%, this makes everything a lot less stressful and also gives you the ability to keep the account for as long as possible. With funded accounts, you've got to look at them as you've put an investment of £500 or £1,000 into that account, and you want to try and get as much money back from that account as possible before you either lose the account or the prop firm goes under. I personally believe in the next 5 to 7 years there will be no such thing as prop firms, because there'll be so much governance on them that they will not be able to run. So we got to use them in the short period, but keep the accounts for as long as possible. So the biggest thing is do not exceed the daily limit, do not exceed the overall limit, and keep your risk to 1% when you pass or trying to pass the account. Once you have multiple accounts, I then personally drop the risk down to 0.5% on each account. That allows me to get more capital and place less trades, but make more money overall. So on both personal and funded accounts, it isn't about being scared and risking 1% only. It's about keeping the account for as long as possible and taking less risk as you can on the capital you have. So if you want help with your risk, your emotions, and the exact systems we use inside the Limitless Trading Club, click the link below to go to our mentorship to help you. So let's recap on what we've just done. We're saying that 5% is too aggressive and you get too much emotions towards the trades you place in trading. 2%, we found you can't keep funded accounts long enough to make good profits or returns from that account you purchased. And we have found that 1% is the sweet spot on all trades, if that's funded or personal. We personally go for the slogan of less trades and more capital inside the Limitless Trading Club, and you can use that in your trading as well. If you want to watch more trading educational content, head over to the Limitless Trading Club YouTube channel, where you will find a video I drop every week.